What's up guys, it's Nadja here, aka the Voodoo Child, and you are watching me on YouTube right now. I had to take the hat off, it was too hot, I'm sorry. But I wanted to come back and come at you guys with a story time. I have not done a story time in a very long time, mainly because I don't know, I have a lot of tribe teas that I have to get to. If you're not familiar with my tribe tea segment, it's basically like very interactive and I have a lot of entries, so I've been focusing on that, and I have a feeling I'm gonna be focusing on that a lot this year. Story times are gonna be a little bit rare for me, but I had remembered something that happened and I thought I talked about it on this channel, but apparently I didn't. I decided I'd come on here real quick and tell you this story time about when I got quarantined at a hospital.
Sorry, man.
I'm gonna tickle you again.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
It was a whole shebang, and it's really interesting because it wasn't just me, it was me and multiple family members, and we all have different accounts of how the story went. So I'm going to tell you everybody's different perspective. Maybe in the future, depending on how this goes, I'll actually, you know, get my family involved and ask them to tell me their sides verbatim, because there's like this big conspiracy, like Mandela effect in my family of like, did this really happen, or is this a group thought? Like, what's going on? I remember it happening to me. Like, it's one of my first few memories. I remember it happening to me, and yeah, maybe you guys can figure out where this happened with your internet sleuthing skills. My uncle, he passed away when he was 21 years old, and I believe I was like 12 or 13 at the time, and he passed away of epilepsy, and he was in and out of the hospital a lot in his life. Like, I remember growing up seeing him go in and out of the hospital a lot. Now, my mother says that in this specific incident, my uncle was in a hospital in Yonkers, okay? She said my uncle was in a hospital in Yonkers because he was going to visit a friend. While he was at the hospital visiting that friend, he actually had a seizure and they admitted him. That's what she said. I remember it being White Plains Hospital. That's just me. We already got conflicting settings going on, okay? Went to go visit my uncle, and immediately as we came to the door was a heavy police presence. We were just like, what the hell is going on? And we explained to them, like, you know, our relative is in there, we're going in there to check on them. And they were just like, okay, well, there's something airborne going on in the building. We have to keep it contained. We have to make sure that it's not coming from outside or anybody else has it. So we're gonna send you over to the quarantine area so you guys can get cleaned up, and then you can go and see your loved one. Basically along those lines is what was said of this guy explaining to us what was going to happen. Because again, I was a little tight, so I don't know verbatim, you know, what was said because it happened so damn long ago. They had directed us towards like these showers, okay? So it was a whole room. Imagine like this background here, but like white tile. It was a whole huge room with just white tile. I want to say it was my grandma. I don't know. I want to say it was my grandma, but my grandma says in some moments it was her. She was in there with us, and then other moments my grandma was like, oh, I was outside and they wouldn't let me come back in because by the time she got there, it was too serious. Like, those stories contradict as well. I don't know who was in the shower with me, but all I know is that they put my family, they did not put me in no shower with no strangers because I was a child at this time. Like, they didn't put me in no shower with no strangers. It was me and my family members. Get out of the shower container room or whatever, and they gave us hospital gowns with our ass hanging out or whatever, and we're walking around the hospital. They send us to the quarantine side of the hospital to go and see my uncle. So finally we start getting to the nitty-gritty of what went down, because remember the dude said that stuff was airborne. I remember the cop also saying that there were some people inside that were getting sick because of something was airborne and that their skin was turning yellow, okay? My grandma says that she remembers people saying that people's skin was turning white. My mom remembers them saying that their lips were turning blue, or I don't fucking know. But all I know, because I called my mom before I'm recording this, I called my mom so I could like try to match our stories, because everybody remembers different things of this event. I called my mom and I'm like, yeah, so like, do you remember the cause of the quarantine? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I want to see if we say the same thing. And at the same time, we said silica packets.
Someone coming in! Open this door! Do it,
Okay, this is not a fever dream. This actually happened. All right, okay, the silica packets, right? And I told her, I was like, but how did silica packets make this happen when silica packets, yes, they're toxic. Please guys, do not eat silica packets. Like, it's a joke. Like, remember when we were joking about Tide Pod? Well, that wasn't me, girl. Remember when the kids were joking about the Tide Pods and then people started taking it seriously and actually started eating it because they didn't get the joke? Yeah, well, they didn't get the joke with this one either, okay? Because y'all need to stop, okay? But if you eat it, you don't, it's not deadly or anything. You would just, you would get sick and go to the hospital. But when silica is airborne, then that's when you can get lung issues, respiratory issues, you can get skin irritations and stuff. So it explained why and you get flu-like symptoms. And basically what happened is there was a family that was at the hospital and they were, from what me and my mom remember, we both agree that they were foreign people, but we don't remember what their ethnicity was. But all we knew is that these people were foreign, and they put silica packets on their food and put it in the microwave, and it started being airborne, right? And it started making people sick, and they kept using the silica packets over days at a time, and the hospital went into a frenzy because they did not know exactly what was causing some of the patients to have respiratory issues and to have skin issues and having flu-like symptoms. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were exposed to this. Look it up. A lot of construction workers get a lot of settlements when they get, I think, silica poisoning. I think there's a word for it, like silicosis or something, I believe. Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure it's silicosis though. But yeah, that's what me and my mom agreed on. Like, so our stories matched up. That's basically what was going on. They treated it like the Monsters Inc. You remember that scene in Monsters Inc? Like, that's exactly how it felt, like how we were going up in there. But like, it's so weird because when we try to Google online, like, cause when I tell y'all, this was probably, I'm pretty sure that this was post 9/11. I'm pretty sure this was post 9/11 in New York. So that's why, maybe like 2 years post 9/11 when this happened. So it's just like, if there was like an airborne virus, like crazy thing, and how crazy it was, why is there nothing online? Like, I could find news articles from the 90s online. There's nothing online. And we've searched all the little hospitals we thought. We searched White Plains Hospital, Yonkers Hospital. Like, we know that it's around the year like 2001 to 2003 maybe, yeah, probably from 2001 to 2003, maybe 2000, 2003 is like the area when it happened. We can't find proof online anywhere. Like, we cannot find proof. Like,
I would like to see it.
I think that would be on the news somewhere, like local police and hospital thought that there was an airborne illness and it was silica in the air poisoning or some shit. Like, I don't know, but we can't find it anywhere. Yeah, that's a story about when we got quarantined. It's really funny to me because like my whole family, we remember different events of the same thing, and it's just like a Mandela effect in my own family, and it's just so freaking crazy. Let me know if anything like that has ever happened to you. Have you ever been like quarantined before, or like, you know, isolated to protect you? Like, has that anything like that ever happened to you before? Let me know in the comments below. Do you and your family have like a Mandela effect type of thing where it's like some people remember this incident and some people don't? I would also like to hear about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to all my people in the forum. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.